or good night, depending on what state of mind you're in. We're just waking up over here. It's all good. We are alive. We are fresh. We are ready to dissect this game between the Baltimore Orioles and the Seattle Mariners. I apologize that we missed the first half inning, but but it's fine because uh, of course, I have no idea. I'm just tuning in now. Looks like it was a three and out though, considering what game just started. We're already in the bottom of the first, but that's just how I'm interpreting this right now. We may or may not be joined by friends later, and we may or may not even have friends, but hopefully, but that's my personal problems, my personal issues are to discuss on another day, but that's fine. So shout out to Joe, Iraq, and Jordan. Um, but we will be here. We will be dissecting and analyzing this game, and hopefully our friends come. And if they do, then I can promise you we will not stay on track. We will not stay on topic whatsoever. But that's not why you come here, right? You come here for uh the content, or I don't know. All of you who come here, you come here to watch me obliterate Brady, and just really expose him for his complete lack of knowledge in terms of more or less everything. So don't know. I always forget to change the titles in certain things. Seattle Mariners. All right. Baltimore Orioles. They need to fix how their name is spelled too. I cannot spell Orioles on a watch party. Baltimore Orioles. Do you know I edit stuff sometimes for? But anyway, here we are. We are in the game. Who commented? Oh, it was Stream Elements. Hell yeah, appreciate you. So yeah, this is where we are with our lives. Um, yeah, I have to write a Charlotte the Stingray article after this, but anyway, that's all good. We all made poor choices in our life. Let's get the mic a little bit. There we go. Baseball. Now I have to actually pull up the game. I I'm gonna assume that that was a three and out. I'm just gonna assume that, but let's see. On the first one, oh my god, we're gonna have two three and outs to start the game. So we should have taken the under. Good to know. Look at us just compiling bad decisions on top of bad decisions. All right. And for anyone who's a fan of the show, for anyone who has been paying attention, you will know that we are well behind. So for all I know, we're already in the middle of the third. Um, due to reasons. So, but anyway, that's beside the point. Oh, this game is in the MLB, by the way. In case you're looking up the game to watch, you want to go under the MLB category. So that's another reason why people tune into our streams so that they can really just know where their content is. Oh my god, I don't have the game. All right, that's okay. We'll get creative. We'll create problem solving. But so yeah, I do not have. Oh, someone's here. Who's here? I know someone's basically what I get is I get the effect of someone ringing the doorbell in my ear when someone enters the room. So let's see who it is. Knock knock. Who's here?
Ding,
Jordan.
ding dong, everybody.
Oh no, I'm the ding dong, Jordan.
Mm-hmm. How you doing, man?
I feel like a ding dong. Do you like ding dongs? Do you know what I'm referring to?
You mean the chocolate things?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I like them alright. I've heard Twinkies though.
You do prefer Twinkies?
Yep, love them.
Anytime anyone brings up Twinkies, they want to impress you by, they could survive a nuclear
Okay,
attack, right? The
and
Twinkie, right?
okay,
It's like
yeah,
thank you for your useless
yeah,
knowledge.
yeah. The great knowledge of Twinkies is that, and they're a great snack for Ghostbusters.
Who are you gonna call, Jordan?
Mm-hmm. Nigel. Mm-hmm. Not the O's right now. Because well, not the Mariners right now because like it just got out of the inning. Thankfully.
So were you watching the whole game?
Not not the whole which game, not the thing.
Oh, this one, sorry, the
Mm-hmm.
Orioles one.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it now because like
Okay.
it's in the beginning. It's in the beginning of the game. Like the
Yeah.
hitters you need to watch out for is guys like Jordan Westbrook. That dude is becoming a star. Like he's
Yep.
becoming
Respect your
an
Jordans.
unsung, exactly unsung star. Like his hitting has been doing very well. Like that entire lineup. A lot of them have been all-star caliber. Even Anthony Santander, like he's been underachieving, but like he has been hitting home. He's been hitting like clutch home runs for the O's, and like last year, like it was just a taste of what they can do. And if they have everything together, they could legitimately win the World Series. I'm dead serious. They could legit win a World Series with this core if things goes right. If things go right.
The Orioles winning the World Series.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't like it wasn't a thought 10. It wasn't a thought 5 years ago. But
Yeah.
with the core they're developing right now, like they could legit win it.
Hang on. Brady's talking.
That's just me.
Everyone stop what you're doing in your life. Pay attention. Brady is talking. Why do you stream so little now? Oh my God, stop. I used to do like streams 4 times per day. So first of all, Brady, I do not stream so little. I stream thrice a day
Yeah.
on this channel. We're once on with E-Rock on his channel, and then I told you I'm in charge or slash trying to help reboot the Total Apex YouTube channel. So we will be on the air plenty, my friend. And if
Yes.
it's not directly me, it'll be someone who we are helping to grow their YouTube presence.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? And Jordan's a troop. You were here. You were here for the four. You were here for E-Rock. And now you're here for a little late night baseball. So yeah, Brady.
Yeah.
We're putting in work. But anyway, so do you have we always have to put Brady back in his place. He'll learn. He'll learn one day. But
Yeah.
anyway, do you have the Orioles winning the AL East then, or do you think it's
Yeah.
just too tight
Yeah.
right now?
It's gonna get tight. It's gonna get tight, but like, I do think they're going to win. They're going to win the division because
Wow.
like the Yankees are mostly high end talent, but also like if you look through their flaws, it's mostly through like the weak starting pitching. Besides like Gil, besides like Gil, even like, but even then he can be beaten.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a big fan of their starting pitching. I'm not huge on their bullpen. Like even though they have solid pieces, I'm like, and besides Soto and Judge, like their hitting core is just not that good. That's just not that good. Like you've seen Rizzo getting hurt, you've seen DJ LeMahieu struggle, you've seen Stanton getting hurt and struggling. You see Volpe breaking out, but
Yes.
also like he has his own
Yes.
struggles right now. He's getting cold, and yeah, like you're like the Yankees right now. They're good. They're good, but like without their big hitters overperforming, like they're going to lose that division, and it's going to be a tight race until until around like September.
Okay. And that's when they'll separate.
Yep.
Okay. Jordan, that was actually a really nice breakdown. Thank you.
Exactly. Like people like baseball's been my preferred sport for a long time, and I don't and like when people get it wrong, like I'm going to correct you.
Good for you, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So am I crazy with tonight? I just took Orioles money line.
No, not really, because the O's have been very soft. Because the O's have been good. Like they have been good, and they've beaten Seattle like last night. So like, you're not that crazy for taking the money line.
Well, good, because now we're in the middle of the second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jordan.
Like, but Seattle's pitching
has
been solid. That's the thing. Like.
Yeah. Oh, Jordan. You're being asked a question.
John.
Will you do CFL games, Jordan?
The hell's a. Like I'll watch a couple of games and that's it. I'll probably like, oh that's it. Oh that's cool.
Yeah.
Like just be on the background while I'm working. That's the thing.
Background noise. Okay. I don't know about tomorrow or this weekend, Brady. But I did say I'll do a CFL game only because you asked so nicely. But I haven't said when yet. So yeah, I'll do a CFL game, and Jordan can have us on in the background. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll probably. It's either you guys or the actual game, but like.
I mean, that just goes to show most Americans honestly think about the CFL. It's like, why would I?
Mm-hmm. Unless you're paying me money, that's the thing. Or food.
Oh, if you pay me with food, I'm in.
Yeah.
So, can we give a quick shout out to Iraq yesterday? He said he would show up by halftime, and
yeah.
maybe he'll show up by
Oh
the
yeah,
middle.
he probably forgot. He was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Oh."
Oh, halftime's at the half of the game. Oh.
Oh, bad.
I hope Iraq
Oh
you're
yeah,
listening
solid.
right now.
Oh yeah, solid infield too.
Oh, for Orioles now?
Yeah, for the Mariners.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, he's bringing up that the Americans haven't won a Grey Cup.
The hell's a Grey Cup?
That just goes to show how terrible they are at naming just anything. Oh, Java Joe. Iraq's gonna be late to his own funeral. Oh, without fail. Like I stopped trying. Like I've just Iraq's gonna show up whenever he shows
and then we're
up.
like, "Where's the body?" He's like, oh. "Don't worry, we love you, Iraq."
Yeah, Iraq will just show up whenever he shows up, but including his own funeral. Like I've given up trying to, you know what I mean? Like you do you, Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
Iraq. It's funny too, because I'll always get the message. He'll be like, "I'll be right on," and then I used to wait, and now I don't. I just go. I'll be on in a minute, and it'd be like 15 minutes later. And it's
Yeah.
like, and it's always he always has to go to the restroom right before. Oh, every time, and that's why he's late. So I hope you're listening, A-Rock. I'll send you this clip either. All right. I'm not talking shit about you, E-Rock. This is something.
Yeah.
We love you,
real shit.
Yeah. But oh my god. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, who's this man bun dude?
Which one? Who? Cat? Ooh, Ty France?
Yeah, pitcher.
Dean Kramer. Like he's supposed to be like a solid. Like he's generally he's a solid arm, but like they're mostly dependent on their top end arms, like Grayson Rodriguez and John Means, but John Means is out with an injury. So I think
it's a lot.
Yeah, but I think so. Like I think like around the end of July, the Orioles need to add an arm, like a starting rotation arm.
So is he coming back?
I think he has Tommy John. That's the thing. Means
so
I'll check. I'll double check because I'm watching Field the Mariners broadcast.
Oh, I gotta ask where you are in the game so that I. Hang
second.
on. Oh my god, get to the next pit. I don't know what this is. Jordan. Okay, here we go. It's a left-handed batter. Number 7.
Jorge
He just took a
Polanco.
strike. He just took a
Jorge
strike.
Polanco. That he was like they're probably gonna go for like a strong lefty like ish like and he's a switch hitter. That's the thing. Like I think Polanco is a switch hitter if I remember correctly. And he just struck out.
Oh, is he okay? He's on 2 strikes on my stream, and he's about to take the 3rd pitch. Is that where you are in your game?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're synced. Strike 3, you're out of here, buddy. All right. Brady has more lightning things to say. Why does Joe not come on anymore? He does.
He does when he wants.
E-Rock! I was just
break.
talking mad. It wasn't ish, but E-Rock. Genuinely surprised you're here, but what's up?
Oh,
God. You're surprised I'm here.
Yes.
I told you I would be. Oh, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my camera. Hold up.
Might be the face, yeah.
What's going on here? What's happening?
Well, Brady says Joe doesn't show up anymore. What he doesn't realize is that Joe has a set schedule, and he shows up when he can and is committed.
Yeah.
He actually shows up on every stream, just so you don't see him. Oh my god.
Oh, my bad.
Oh god, they lost Tyler Wells too. No, I forgot.
Hey Joe.
Oh my goodness.
All right. There you go, Brady. You got your wish. I hope you're happy. Look at what you've done.
Where are all y'all?
What was his wish?
He was literally like, why does Joe not come on anymore? And I said, Joe is literally the most consistent person. He is always here. Always in the background. You just maybe not see him.
I'm so confused about this. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my...
Yeah, all good. And then Brady says he needs to come on. Oh, he'll be annihilated. Yeah. But yeah.
He's on probation for...
Joe, what's up? Joe and E-Rock, do you both have to...
What is
Go ahead, E-Rock.
No. Sorry, it's my fault. I'm trying to fix my earbuds.
You both... Oh, yeah. Do you both have the game on? Or are you just chilling with us?
I'm waiting on it to come on. I have it, should be on here in the next minute. But I am watching it from my phone in the sideline here. Or the sidebar.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I might pop in and out occasionally just because I can get some food. Just like you know.
Yeah, all good, man. All good. What about you, Joe?
Well, I'm just here. I mean, I can see it on your screen. I don't really need to have it completely on. But
what happened?
Yeah, I just while I'm watching this, I have a mixed feeling on like the home run derby when they have
There it is.
I worry about these guys, you know, because it's a different approach hitting for homers, right?
Yeah.
So I worry about guys on like contending teams, you know, participating and stuff like this. Then it can kind of like screw up your swing going into the second half.
His elbow was messed up, so like that's why he's not contending. And then I get why Just isn't contending because like.
Hey, let me ask a quick question, y'all. So is everyone's screen supposed to be black, or is that just my phone?
Well, Joe would fit that description the most out of all of us, but no one here is black.
Yeah.
You know my screen. Screen's supposed to be black.
No. Probably a you thing.
Yeah, definitely a you thing.
But yeah, I bring that up because we're watching the Orioles play, and I know that Gunnar said he was going to participate, and if I'm Baltimore, I don't really love that.
Here, I'll be right back. I'm going to leave and do this.
Oh, good. Yeah, is this the equivalent of NBA teams not wanting their stars to play in the Olympics or FIBA competitions, or is it even more severe?
Well, no, I mean that's kind of well, I think
like
the Warriors thing
might experience like an after stint, like okay, I got tired hitting on these home runs all the weekend, and then like that's how I see it. But also like it might be
Hey, I
you might
see
get
you.
injured while hitting
I
home
see
runs
you.
because like it is a different approach. Like you're trying to get all that power
I
through a
see.
swing to your swings.
Where basketball is basketball.
Yeah.
All
And like
right.
I mean,
I've been saying before, and I say it again. Like I'm not a huge fan of all-star games themselves. Like I'm fine with the pageantry. I'm fine with like all of them, the weekend, the home run derbies, all that stuff. The games are a waste of time.
Fair. Go ahead, Joe. You're trying to say something. Go ahead, my guy.
no, I mean, take Gunner for instance. I don't love that he's participating in it. If I'm Baltimore, I don't love it either. Just because you're neck and neck with the Yankees for the AL East, and anything can really happen. As far as that's concerned, so I don't really love it. You had a second question on that, like, is it akin to like,
Oh yeah,
squads
yeah.
not wanting their players to go to the Olympics? There's a report that says that it was a mutual agreement between Andrew Wiggins and the Warriors that he not go and participate with Team Canada.
Wow.
And joint can you could say joint all you want to, but if I'm looking at Andrew Wiggins's play last year and we just let Clay walk, in my brain I'm thinking, yeah, we're gonna need a super better version of you next year, and I don't think going to the Olympics and
Yeah.
possibly having a Paul George experience is gonna help our team.
Well, it's
And by
yeah.
that,
Yeah.
and granted, Paul got hurt in a lead up game,
Yeah.
kind of like in a warm up game to the actual Olympics, but stands to reason he missed a chunk of the season
Yeah.
for Indiana, and these are the kind of things that you worry about as a franchise. So I get it. But I think the injury factor is really what plays for a part for any of the ball clubs. Any potential injury, any extra reps that you don't need to have that can be avoided. I think you'd want and I think that's why you have like these contracts that are written that protect the teams. If you go off and do something reckless, like say jet skiing, shout out to Naheem Hines.
That's totally worth it.
You
Totally
could,
worth it.
yeah, that's why there are clauses in the contract. If you get hurt and it's not on our
Totally
grounds,
worth it. Totally worth
it's
it.
on you.
I'd rather do that than a motorcycle.
Yeah. Well, you know whose contract isn't at all like that is Bronny James's. But go ahead, E-Rock. Welcome to the club. Welcome.
Well, here's what I was going to say about. I like where the conversation went with what Joe said. 'Cause, I mean, because of this one, it is a lower chance. However, if you're going to talk to Paul George, if he really was that easily kind of swayed and it was a mutual decision, then he really didn't care that much about it. But I mean, right now,
it was Wiggins, my guy. What
did I say? Who did I say?
Paul George.
Oh, sorry. You mentioned Paul. Okay, sorry. You mentioned names mixed up. But I mean, if there's anyone I would actually say does not have any freaking business stepping on that court, that's Joel Embiid. Because Andrew Wiggins does not have an injury history. Knock on wood. He has a.
Oh, that's fair.
So I mean, but Joel Embiid. Yeah, but I'm not letting him. Any of them three on that court. No, I'll let Kelly Oubre on there before that happens.
Do we want to entertain what Brady said?
It's your show, baby.
Oh, look at this, E-Rock. He also said I need to come on a show one of these days. So I hope all 5 can be on the same screen. I don't know why Brady couldn't possibly do it now, right? But
No.
hashtag coward.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him. That's why I wouldn't let him on the show right now. Anyway, I feel he's on probation. He's on viewing probation because every time he wants us to do a show, and then Jordan, tell Gabe about what he was saying after. And by the way, I was flattered. We were both flattered.
Oh, do say.
You want me, Jordan? All right, Brady asked, like, we're like about to get off. Been on there for an hour. Kind of, I wanted to take a nap. I know I'm old. I don't give a rat's ass. So I told him to take a nap before the game started, and I was wrong. I thought the game was at 8:30, 10:10. Go figure. So he said, keep the stream going until the game starts. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna want to use like the restroom, maybe eat, maybe and he said like, oh, don't do it, man. And I'm like, hey, man. I said, man, I appreciate your viewership, your patronage, but I gotta, I want to do other things before we start. So now, yeah, and plus like he's actually loyal to the game.
No, do you know what I have to say about that, Joe? He couldn't beat the Chicago Bulls, the '90s team, right? He couldn't beat the Dynastic Warriors by Steph Curry. So that is what I have to say about E-Rock.
What?
Yeah.
Who could not?
And
not,
by
what?
Jordan standards, we call that trash. Don't belong here. You can't beat an iconic team in any decade. Trash. You should be fired.
I'm so confused.
Yep.
So confused.
It's running. It's the running gag that Jordan dislikes any team that couldn't be a legendary squad like the '90s Bulls, like the '80s Pistons, maybe Celtics, '80s Lakers. If you can't beat them, you don't deserve to be on the squad. Then
the 2010.
That was the day, Jordan.
The 2010s Warriors. Yeah.
Oh no,
Jordan was on a firing spree. That guy, he was like, "Yeah, they just couldn't beat the undefeated Patriots that year." It's like, oh my god, okay, we have high standards.
Who are you comparing?
Oh no, I have.
Jordan, who are you comparing?
I don't remember the discussion. I just remember him firing like multiple coaches.
Well, the undefeated Patriots didn't even win the Super Bowl.
And those coaches are on the hot seat either way. That's the thing. Like, I've been saying Brandon Bean's been on the hot. It's gonna be in the hot seat.
That's right.
He's on the hot seat for a long time.
Who's the other one?
John McDermott's on that hot seat.
He's such an asshole. Sorry, I had to be said. He's such a jackass. No, his players. Even on the Panthers, he took in our job, but we wanted him out anyway because he was like the players hated him. They hated him because he was like, and Brandon Bean is just I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what the bill. I still say that Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas are right there on the hot seat with them because if they don't perform this year, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was a question on Scoutcast at one point. I said who's more on the hot seat, and I didn't disagree with him because he said the Bills. I'm not just for a little flavor, a little diversity. I'm going with the Jets because if they don't do it this year, who they get diverse? Who they getting? Yeah, because I wanted to make sure the audience had a.
If the definition is just a different answer, then yes, it probably was diverse. But I think anybody with a brain knows that the Jets contingent is on the hot seat. Like you don't go all in on the players that they've gone on all in on, get 4 plays out of 1, and then the rest of them spent the whole time on the injured list the whole rest of the season. It's pretty obvious by how they constructed this team that if they don't get it done, then it's just malpractice on their part, and they will be gone.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant by diversity. A different answer. That's what I meant. I want to give a different point of view. But you're absolutely right because Rodgers ain't going anywhere unless he retires. Oh yeah, for sure. But he's right.
Joe, you've been cooking.
Joe's 100% right.
That was
every single thing. Every single thing he said is 100% true.
So the number one definition, just I'm on the dictionary, showing a great deal of variety, very different, is the literal textbook definition of diverse.
That's what I said.
So very different to me.
It is very different.
Non-obvious.
It is different. It is different because he said the Bills, so I said I
Mhm.
wanted to go different, so I went with the Jets.
Yeah.
So
Diversity.
So get back to hey Joe, do better. Joe, do better.
I get.
Do better.
I mean, they're in the same division.
I get why you
That's
tried to make that
not
one.
exactly very different, but I mean,
Diversity would still fit in this one. But if you want me to use another one, how about this? Variety.
you know what,
How about
Brady? Brady, since if you're here, Brady, you wanna chime in on the on this textbook definition of diverse, and if E-Rock's answer qualifies,
It
because
does. You just literally
Oh
proved
my
my
God.
point. You literally
There we
proved
go,
my point.
Brady. Yeah,
Yeah, you
Brady
literally
knows what
proved
I don't know
diverse
how I
means.
proved your point. I said very different, great deal.
Wait,
is
Brady,
different.
who's
Variety.
right?
You literally went
Brady,
to
who's
the
right?
same
Joe or E-Rock?
division on the
is very
same
different.
conference of the league. Diverse to me would have been like
It's a different answer. It's a different answer. So that's different.
diverse for me.
I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Yeah.
Oh, you
Hey,
are.
but by the way, that's true. By the way, all right. If just to make Joe happy here, if you want me to use
Let's
another,
hope some more.
no, hey, hold on, Joe. If you want me to
Hey,
make you feel,
listen.
hey, Joe, if you want me
We're
to
covering the
make you,
game. We need to
hey,
talk about the game.
if you want to make me feel better or make you feel better, I will say variety instead of diversity. Is that better?
We're moving on.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
that
Gabe.
sounds PC, bro. We are alive. We have 3 hits or 3 runs on the board. The money line is looking good, boys. We are actively rooting for the Seattle Mariners to have how many more innings is that? Oh my God. We are actively rooting for 24 more outs with the score at least holding true on the side of the Seattle Mariners. We're looking good,
They
boys, on
still
the
have
money
two
line.
still on, or are they
2 on, 2 outs?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
2 on 2 out. Yeah, 2 on 2 out.
More.
Like they're getting to Gilbert. And Gilbert had been solid in the 2 innings. It's just that Julio just misplayed a catch. Like he tried to run through it around the center left fieldish. It's just that he just didn't make the catch.
Fielding's important.
Yep, feeling like it's not that simple.
No. Do you know what else isn't simple? Brady's mind. He just texted me something I'm not allowed to repeat, but that's fine. And then what the hell's up with this? Why isn't Steve Kerr the Team USA men's? He asking, is it? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
So they're already trying to rig so I don't know what the hell he's saying. So, do you ever hedge bets? No. Oh no. Listen, Brady. In bets, in life, in terms of advice, in terms of my my work productivity or lack thereof, I never hedge. We go all in or we double down. There's no hedging, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I see where he was going with this. I'm like, yeah, Andrew Wiggins is going to be the big difference on Team Canada. You're right. Yeah, okay.
I don't understand the connection. I'm sure
no, because we talked about mutual not playing in the Olympics from the Warriors, Steve Kerr Warriors.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't understand. So I don't understand how we go from Andrew Wiggins. First of all, the fact that we're breaking the news for Brady, credit us, and then we go from that to isn't Steve Kerr Team USA men's coach? Well, yeah, and then right. I don't see the connection between Wiggins not playing and then Team USA, right?
I mean, I see what he's trying to say. It's just not well put. It's not well put. But
yeah, what did I say that was bad? Oh, I hate you, Brady. I should. I need to open up my DMs to more people on the internet. I think that was a good life choice.
Listen, I'm for many people that have what's called a expose the DM segment. You don't want that smoke.
I was just gonna say, Joe. I was just gonna say, I think that is an absolutely terrible idea. You are opening.
And
that is opening a can
dangerous
of worms.
way to live right there.
That is opening a can of worms that you are going to regret. And then once you open it, it's hard to close. It is hard to close, bro. Because then they got you. Now they're there. They'll find a way. Like Jurassic Park, life finds a way. God, imagine all the trolling that would. Oh my God. Remember when we first started doing this, we saw all that, and you didn't think about not reading comments.
Oh yeah, Yeah.
Imagine that consistently, even when you're not on the air.
It was a shame.
I know.
It was so much shame. I got moved by Jordan. Anyway, but Joe, is the for something?
Yeah, I'm just looking at how much depth this Canadian team has to be absolutely fine not having Andrew Winters on this team.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, it's like not making SGA is their best player if he's even playing on it.
You got Alexander Walker, you got RJ Barrett, you have Dylan Brooks.
He loves Dylan Brooks. He loves Dylan Brooks.
Oh, Brady is the number one. He is the president of the Dylan Brooks fan club.
Yes, he is. Yes, he
Ooh,
is.
Dylan Brooks. He's so scary. Nah.
Wannabe Lance Stevenson over here. And that's not saying much, by the way.
Well, yeah, the 55th pick is what gets the best contract.
Obviously. That's what I would aim for.
Damn, they got Trey Lyles on this team?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Another former Spur.
They're not a bad team.
Brady, stop.
Oh, Andrew Nemhard's on this team?
Yep.
Oh, they're chilling.
It's not a bad team, honestly. It's just not nearly as good as we are, because we have this team is better than the Redeem team has. Well, actually,
guys, I take it back. I take it back. They have 2 scrubs on the team. Literally.
Okay, Dylan
2
Brooks,
scrubs. Phil and Thomas Scrub are on the team.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Literal scrubs on the team.
I thought you were going to say the training staff only had 2 scrubbies or something.
No. 2 scrubs. That's amazing.
Yeah, they're going to be.
Oh man,
they're going to be in the top 5 when it's said and done. But no. Our team is ridiculous. Our U.S. team is ridiculous. It could arguably be just as good as the Redeem team. The only thing that's stopping that is Kobe not being on there.
But FIBA play has gotten better, so I'm not saying the USA team isn't good. Obviously, they're fantastic, but I wonder, what in terms of margin of victories, right? I don't think we can expect 20-point games against the top FIBA or other.
Yeah,
countries, right?
They're not. I mean, Angola, right?
Yes.
For instance, way different than Lithuania or Latvia or shout out to Latvia, they just lost to the Philippines, but
Slovenia.
So there's obviously levels to this ish, right? There will be a team somewhere in there getting pounded by 50. It's going to happen. But when we start getting into the tighter competitions, round of 8, round of 4 type situations, I don't foresee, this isn't the dream team 1 days, all right? The rest of the world caught up. There's not going to be any 40-point beatdowns in the semis and gold medal games like that.
No, I mean what they call it, the Redeem team or whatever. It's pretty close, except for the guys who are the stars are older now. LeBron he had just gotten to the Heat, and Chris Bosh was still there, and he was doing his thing. Dwayne Wade doing his thing. Kobe Bryant Kobe's just Kobe. I mean, this is still on paper. Even if it's a close game, they're going to have a close game against someone. Yeah, you're right. Guaranteed. Especially against a...
who has... Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Rex.
No, you're good. What's up?
You know who has a really good Olympic squad? I'm actually genuinely really excited to watch them is the Bahamas.
Wish they were playing there. I'd go see it.
I see. That didn't get the reaction I was hoping for.
I didn't.
Sorry, you know me. Google. I'm gonna use the Google. And tell you who's on this team because this is genuinely a really good team. The Bahamas. Players. No, I want the players. Give me the box score. And Brady says that they have the best athlete in the whole Olympics. So that's
Who's that?
That's
who in the hell is? Who's he talking about?
I don't know.
He might be talking about Canada. He might be talking about SGA.
This I agree with Brady. It very much might be the best Canadian team. I don't know how far I don't know if I have to making the semis though. But anyway,
no, not against some of the Eastern European teams.
No. Anyway, DeAndre Ayton. Say what you want about. Like, we have to ignore that he's actually awful. But in terms of for FIBA play, you need a 5. Like DeAndre Ayton, he's going to be good. He's going to be good. He's just coming off an 18-point game, and we have to remember, like in FIBA, an 18-point game is actually pretty big. 18, 9, and 9.
Yeah, I'd rather take an actual point than DeAndre Ayton.
Oh my god, I hate Brady so much. Look at what
he's going to get smoked like a Cubano, like by Bam Adebayo and by
Brady literally changed his name.
So what?
It's hilarious.
I hate, but you have to read it, E-Rock, without saying.
I can't, unfortunately. The way my phone said it.
Not that we could not say it, but it's more like now I don't want to give Brady the satisfaction.
Buddy Hield and Eric Gordon are on the team.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, thank you, Joe. I got sidetracked. But yeah. So it's not. It's honestly a decent. No, this
the Bahamian team.
Oh, Bahamians. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about it. Oh, I see his name now. I see it. I found it. That's in truth. All right. Cool, right?
He wants to be referred as this from now on.
I think I'm going to pronounce it as Jai.
Hi, Mr. Chad. How are you?
No, his name is Jai Chad.
Brady, you are a class 1 troll. I will give you that every day.
Nah, I've seen better. No, I'm playing with you, Brady. I had to slander you a little bit.
Who's this guy? This guy's
this
37 years old. Never heard of him.
Excuse me.
Jerron Burroughs.
Is he also on the Bohemian team, Joe? Or
37 years old. And I'm like, man, I could have made an Olympic team. That's wild. They're just letting anybody in there now.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, come on.
That guy's on the verge of Social Security by basketball standards.
Hey, man, come on. That's Joe Burrow's black cousin, man. Come on. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Diverse cousin.
Very diverse.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mr. Chad, do you have anything to add to all this?
No, his name's Jai, bro.
Jai. What'd you find, Joe?
Oh,
Jai Chad. You can say G.
Jaja Chat.
Not kind of like Jai, just because it sounds like something else that sounds kind of like Jai.
Oh, God.
Jar.
Well, that's not exactly what I was going with. That too, actually. Yeah.
Wait, Joe. What was the interestingness?
No, I was taken aback by how old he was. He's 30 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was looking at how old he was. I was like,
he's still on that.
Like, you're still.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's just do a show on that tomorrow. 45 minutes.
Bro, say my name in full. He says. He says, say my full name.
Say my name.
Say my name.
People say I look like. I can't read that. My glasses. Read like something Chad. What? Appreciate you, Mr. Chad.
Shay.
Oh my God.
In reality, the Chad.
Oh my God.
Oh, here's a question I want to ask you guys since we're on the topic of the Olympics. How do you feel about coaches that have coached in our league or coached in college basketball coaching another country's team? Give you an example. Rick Pitino coaching the Greek team.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. The World Cup does it.
How about for like the Olympics, like actual Olympic games?
No, I know, but I think the World
Cup. What are you talking about? The World Cup does it.
America's coach for. I'm not saying it did him a lot of good, unfortunately, but they had a German coach for a hot minute when it came to the Olympics/World Cup. I don't see it.
I'll leave it. It's not apples to apples, but Joe, what was your question again?
How do we feel about it? Like, we see guys using their dual citizenship, because they know they're never gonna make it to the USA Olympic team. You find them playing on different teams. You take Cat for the Dominican Republic. Al Horford will I believe I've seen him play for DR. What do you feel? Do you think the world at large feels some type of way about it, or it's just like, hey,
wait, did you say players first or coach first?
I said coaches first, then moved on to players.
Okay. Yeah. Because Jurgen Klinsmann coaching Team USA to me it's a little bit different than right. Because you're saying the college coaches specifically.
Well, I used a college coach as an example because that was like the most recent example in my brain that clicked in. I remember seeing Rick Pitino coach the Greek team, and I was just like, oh, that's interesting.
Then Calipari, the Dominican.
Okay, this is another example.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I really don't have much. I don't have much of a problem with it. I mean, some players do it to just play.
Yeah.
They, like people like Embiid gets to have his choice of Cameroon, Australia, and the United States. I mean, it's not like it's a perfect system. Plus, FIFA is also known as being very, just like the World, not as bad as the World Cup, but pretty bad at being corrupt. So, I mean, it's not that. I don't have that much of an issue with it. When it comes to it, but no, I mean, it's a fair. No, and I'm not dissing. It's a fair question. Plus, you know what? If they're not good enough to make it onto our team, that probably for basketball. It probably means they're not good enough to do it in general. Unless they literally have no nationality tie at all, and it's like Calipari to the Dominican already kind of that weirds me out. It's like, all right, something suspicious about this. Calipari doesn't sound Dominican.
Every time I just see like that kind of thing happens, it almost feels like, oh, they hired an assassin. They hired a merc to try to get through the Olympics and score a medal. Yep. Like I always just feel like it's like
they hired a Brady.
Yep.
Hey, it's like, hey, you get up. It's like trying to create like, I don't know. It's like you just try, like you're all playing on the playground and you like know this one kid who's been held back 2 years. He's playing for. It's like on that Hey Arnold episode. They got Torvald to be he was held back 5 times, but he was like but he's actually in 4th grade. That's exactly.
And you just look, it's like there's no way he's in the 4th.
All right, man.
You see that all the time.
What?
You see that all the time, and like Little League.
All right, word, man. Hey, I appreciate it.
Oh my god. But yeah. So Brady now brings up Jordy Fernandez, which fair enough. The only reason I think soccer isn't at all apples to apples is because in soccer you have your club coach and he's dedicated year round, and your national team coach is dedicated year round to the national team. Where in basketball we know Calipari, like 85% of his whole dedication is on Kentucky or Arkansas in that Olympic year, and then 50% in that important year. But right, he's not dual head coach full time of both programs. It's like, well, I'm going to also do this on the side, like as a summer gig kind of thing.
It's still taking me time. It's still taking me time to realize to come to grips that Calamari is a coach at Arkansas. I keep forgetting about it. Well,
ask Joe what he thinks about it. And then clip it, and then put it on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. I've made my peace with that.
He got replaced by the Pope. Son.
The Pope.
Peace with that.
And unlike previous Pope, he will consent.
All right, Joe.
Oh
right,
my God, brother!
All right. I was gonna say, Joe,
your goalie in your brain, Jordan, sucks worse than the goalies in the postseason of the NHL, brother. That is just your goalie loses 8-1 every day of your life. I'm guaranteed.
Exactly. There's something to pop in my mind, Joe.
Your goalie has a 50% goal save average.
And he's gonna make it save. That's the thing.
I love how you call a goalie for his bounty. It's like, it reminds me of like a different version of Inside Out, where his is like in the form of like hockey players and shit. That's like what?
Yeah.
Don't let him get through.
And the main character is a hockey. Is playing for hockey. So I'm like, so it's like inside. He's like, God, we gotta do, man.
And it has to be hockey because it moves too quickly for it to be soccer, and it's in a confined area. So that has to be hockey. That's Jordan's mind. It's like a lot of goals get scored. A lot of goals.
Mm-hmm. It's a fast game. That's those scores movie.
I've never heard anyone say that, like, that comparison, Joe. That was good. That was really good. I had to make sure he was like, all right, is this inside? Okay, I get where he's going with it. All right.
Joe doesn't like college sports. Brady doesn't like college sports. Oh my God, that is.
We talked about that earlier. We talked about
college sports.
That's why you butt heads so much, because you're rocking Nebraska hat every day.
Dumb crap.
That's why he's your biggest rival. He just sees college on your head every single time he comes on.
He's like, God, I hate the streamer.
Oh God. This game have to support college so fervently every stream.
But they have fun traditions. Like they got a bulldog. They put bulldogs and buffaloes and freaking.
Hey, listen. Eventually, these college athletes become professionals.
Yep,
it's true.
Exactly.
Hey, a lot of college athletes.
And then those who can't teach. So
yeah, that and the Pop-Tart mascot.
So they become coaches.
Hey, a lot of the college players might as well be pros now. So, I mean,
truth.
Sorry, they don't have that in Canada, bro. You guys beat us on healthcare. You didn't beat us on that.
Yeah.
We got our college players.
Maybe have sports worth a damn, Brady. Then you can join this conversation.
They do have sports worth a damn. The problem is they can't win at their own sport. They have hockey, and they haven't won a Stanley Cup since '93. It's like the thing that they're known for. It's like, imagine that this is the thing that you're known for, but you haven't been successful at it since you were known for it. Like, how embarrassing does that feel? This is your sport, and it's been 30 years since you've held the cup.
Joe, I know you love this. We had this. I don't remember what show it was. It was us three up here or whatever. I can't see the whole screen, but we were talking about it, and Brady was just putting shade at me, and I was like, no. As he said, like, the Florida. Like, because Florida is, it might as well be the Canadian Florida for, I don't know, the Canadian Panthers. I'm like, okay, well, first off, hockey as itself is run by, or the players are all Canadian, Northeastern, Midwestern, and Russian. So, what are you saying? Like, yeah, it's not like we have like a lot of Southerners saying like, hell yeah, let's go hit the puck. So, yeah, of course there's going to be a lot of Canadians on each team, but your teams are your teams. Yeah. So. Just stop it. Just stop. Do better.
Yeah.
I need to clip that. I need to clip that LeBron video. Do better tomorrow. You can't compare. That's like saying, oh, it's the Denver, I don't know, Croatians or whatever it is, or the Dallas Slovenians. Yeah, there's international players everywhere.
It's so funny looking at rosters for NHL because to cover up for the fact that I'm not as knowledgeable on hockey as I am everyone else, I go ahead and I look up like the rosters, and I just like try to get a feel for who's on the team, who's good, who's not. I'll catch a game or two if I can. But the funny thing that I always see and it just drives home this point, this whole since '93 point. Like I'll look at a team, and they'll be like 5% of the team is American.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the team Florida Panthers. 80% non-American.
A lot of Russians, baby.
Florida Panthers, 80% not American.
A lot of
it's not supposed to be our sport. It's
yeah,
just,
a lot of Russians.
It's just not. It's like when 80% of the roster is not even here. Like it surprises me how they're able to field a U.S. versus World All-Star game. When I look at the rosters, that's why they had to put only like 5-on-5 was because they were having trouble fielding whole rosters for the U.S.
That's why they need to do the All-Star game is U.S. versus the world. That's what it is. Or you know, I'm sorry, they already kind of do, but they need to have like actual All-Star.
Broach that. I want to say that he was on Pat McAfee. He was because there was a weekend where the All-Star weekend was in Indy. I don't remember if it was this year or last, but they were in Indy and he was there for that, and they had asked because it was like the popular topic about the All-Star game is how do we make it relevant again? How do we make it interesting? And that was one of the things. I forget which one of the members of the panel threw that out there, but it's something that's been talked about. What if we do U.S. versus the world, since the world is caught up so much, and there's enough world talent in the league to be like, oh, okay.
Adam Silver,
and I believe there was just like, he gave some like, hey, we're looking at everything. There's a lot of ideas that
go away.
The NBA PA has brought to the table, things of that nature, and it wasn't really a solidified answer. But at the same time, it's like when you look at the very top of the top, not like,
world would kick
as a whole, the league as a whole. When you look at the very top of the top, can you field 12 on each side, and are those 12 on each side going to be worthy of that selection? What if it's like more heavy, more skewed one way or the other, then someone from the other side gets left out, or you know what I mean? Like, do you have enough to field 12 on each side and feel confident that those 12 on each side deserve the berth? As opposed to going the regular, take the top 24, vote getters, or however they're doing it now.
No, that's a great
and
point.
That part I understand. I understand that part of it.
No, that's a great point. My solution to that, a possible solution, not saying it, is that you lump Brady. Here you go. Shout out to you, brother. Jai. You lump Canada. You lump North America / South America. So it's like East. They say East and West, like Western Hemisphere versus Eastern Hemisphere. You could do that, and that might balance it out a little bit more, because that Canadian side would actually balance out the team. That way, it's Eastern and Western.
Canada's dragging down our side. Yeah, our talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, just a thought. I mean, that sounded like a good idea. Eastern versus Western Hemisphere.
Canadian basketball players they were. I really slept on them as a country.
Joe, can you answer this, please? Because I'm confused again. I know, big shock. Why is he telling you to not say 93? It's driving him insane, so I say keep doing it. I can only ignore it so many times. Oh, you poor thing.
Because that's when the Montreal Canadiens won the Stanley Cup, and it was the last time Stanley Cup saw Canadian soil.
Isn't that it? Like you're not saying anything wrong. Like why?
No, it's factual. Yeah, it's
okay.
It's a fact. It's a statement of fact.
Okay. The Dallas Cowboys have won the Super Bowl.
Just making sure.
The Dallas Cowboys have been to an NFC championship before that.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. That drought is almost as old as the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl drought.
No, it's not. It's not almost.
That
drought.
It's older. It's older than that.
It is older.
And we say that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's 27 years.
Yeah, we say that's a long time.
Yeah, we make fun of them every day.
Yep.
Yeah. It's almost going to be 30.
Sorry, Brady. Again, have better sports teams up there. Then you won't have this problem.
No, do better, bro.
They were.
Come on,
Don't
Brady.
blow reverse sweep, man.
They were.
I really
this
got
close.
dude. I really got to cut those two clips where he's like LeBron saying, I don't understand what you're asking right now. Do better tomorrow." On his way. I got to clip those into two separate ones. There we go. Brady, that'll be just for you. Oh my god.
Austin Matthews to Chuck.
Yeah, but who's he playing with? Toronto, and they always choke.
Yes, Jordan.
The Maple
Well,
Leafs.
the Raptors won more recently. Granted, it was gifted to them in some ways, but
Exactly.
still, there you go. Although that's full of Americans, though. So, might as well be the American Raptors. What's up?
My
Yeah. Look at that dumb logic,
The
Brady.
Mets gonna
Yeah,
catch
that.
up to the Braves.
Came back full circle. Eric Erock, attorney at law. What's up? Bring that back full circle.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, how about the Yankees on another loss? Joe, are you worried?
It looks bad.
You know what? They did this last year. I remember they start off really hot last year, and then they had a spell somewhere around the 80 to 110 game mark where all of a sudden they it was almost like they fell off the face of the earth. And I want to say part of that, I think that was a period of time where Stan was injured. And
Stan's hurt now. That's
yeah, exactly. Is Rizzo back yet? Because I know Rizzo was hurt and has been hurt.
He's not back yet. He's not back yet.
Yeah.
Or wait,
so
okay.
There's that, and then we have underperformers like Gleyber Torres and
he's gone. That's
Cole is still figuring it out, right? So
it's that. Yeah,
that's kind of like where we're at right now. It's kind of like trying to piece it together. And
again, I'm
Carlos
not a fan of the
come back to
rotation.
earth, right? Carlos started really hot. He's come back to earth last couple of games.
Rodon, because
Rodon, yeah.
God, no.
So
that dude is bad.
He started out like a bat out of hell, and I'm watching this happen. I'm like, oh, this is great. This is what we thought we were getting when we first signed him, and then reality set in. I was like, wait a minute. There's no history that this is sustainable, and sure as shit, not sustainable.
Exactly.
So I'm like,
New York's season really starts right after the All-Star break.
All-Star break.
That's when their season starts, because that's when things fall apart usually.
Yeah.
Same with the Dodgers.
Game 100 moving forward. That's when you got to really pay attention to what's going on that last 60 games.
Yeah.
And then also we got to see what happens at the trade deadline. When that happens, we got to see. A lot of these teams become either buyers or sellers.
They're going to be buyers.
They're probably going to be looking for a bat, and maybe a fifth or sixth starter to buy them some time. If Cole needs extra time in between starts, maybe buy him a little bit more time.
Cole legit needs time because he has looked bad.
He
has looked rough. Not even the Mets game. It's like where he gave up, I think, four home runs. When he gets 4 home runs, he just looked off. That's the thing.
Hey, Gordon, I gotta tell you, real quick. I want you to remember me saying this. Who did I predict wins the World Series this year? I said the Houston Astros, and guess who's coming on right now? And they're finally getting their ish together. It's the Houston dude. I'm telling you, man, they're gonna be. I had them versus the Braves. I'm not confident about the Braves anymore. Still got Houston winning it all. That's where I'm at with it.
Hunter figured out how to pitch again.
Yeah,
that's true.
That man could not win to save his life, and I was like, bro, was he not one of the top pitchers in the minor leagues coming up? Wasn't he supposed to be like a huge prospect? And I'm looking at his record. I was like, hello. Like, what is happening right now?
It just some people just don't know. It's mostly most of the pitching prospect, either some are panning out, some just are falling apart.
I would say he was terrible last year. I mean, 11 and 13, but the way he started out, I was like, is he okay? Is he gonna be all right?
People figured you out.
It's also the
I don't
rest of
think
their
it's tipping, but like,
infield skill.
oh no, like it was just sluggish. That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
that the
And they all
bullpen was falling. Like the bullpen was just being sluggish, underperforming, and that is a 4-0 lead for the Seattle Mariners.
No.
And yeah,
Yeah, this game's gonna.
Ryan O'Heron, like this Orioles team is gonna be good. Like
This game is the finishing score that's gonna be 5-2. By the way.
Probably.
That's
Brady or E-Rock, I think Brady might be trying to provoke you.
Oh, good lucky for me. I can't see a comment, so that's cool.
Look,
it's
trash.
The trash throws.
Stupid Grimace.
That's
I'm
wild.
looking at Grimace. They're showing Grimace right now. Dear God, you on your stupid Grimace. What? All right, let me see it.
The trash throw. Oh, I think I took it down.
Get that.
I'll put it back up. Here you go.
I see it. Do better tomorrow, bro. Do better.
Hey, just go to bed, Brady.
Just go to bed. This is wild.
Hit that trash can, baby.
All right, you were making me really want to bring this LeBron clip up just to say that. Do better tomorrow. Like, that's bad, bro. The trash throws. Wow.
Not really.
You can't say the Astros because that literally is what it is. So, come on, bro. Come on.
Check.
You can do better than that. Besides, I'm not even an Astros fan. I just made a prediction. The team that's the biggest obstacle for the Astros right now is actually playing right now that we're watching.
Baltimore. I think Baltimore. I think if Seattle pulls everything together, they could still win the division. But like, it's just they need to like beat over 500 teams. Like, I actually need to find their record.
I was way more on the like I said, Astros and Braves in the World Series. But that was before Acuna got hurt, so that's a big difference. It's a big old difference, right? And granted, they've played without him before, but they won a
They're
World
not
Series
careful.
without him.
The Mets are going to catch them.
No.
Oh, that's
Phillies. Oh no, that'll be funny. I will lap my booty off.
Like, they're literally trying to survive off of Reynaldo Lopez and Chris Sale right now. Which, shout out to Chris Sale. Like, everybody thought he was cooked. There was a lot of people that thought he was cooked. They thought he was done. And we see this in pitchers all the time.
Done, but like he's just regressing. It's just that he went to a real team. That's the thing. Like,
but he'll tell you, like, the way he talks about his time in Boston, like he was very surprised by his own performance, by his own standards, and granted he probably wasn't 100% healthy.
Yeah.
But the times he was healthy, he was not helping that team.
Yeah.
And that is his one regret from his stint with Boston, is that they paid him all that money coming off the White Sox, and he didn't feel like he gave them what they paid for.
Only one World Series. That's it.
Yeah.
Even then,
and that was early. They got him early.
Even then, that was only because of the Killer Bees. Like,
that was boring. God,
them was still there, but yeah.
God, them in the freaking Royals. What a boring ass World Series. The Mets were. Oh God, man.
Don't remind me of that.
That was such a boring World Series.
That was
God.
Oh no, it was boring to you. It was depressing to me.
But one can both be true with the other.
If there would have been money placed that the Royals would have gotten a championship before the Chiefs, I would have lost that bet. I would have never. I never would have thought the Royals would have won a chip before the Chiefs, while I was watching them play.
You mean while you were watching? They have one.
Yeah, while I was watching.
Not in the '60s. And see, I get what you're saying. Modern age. Yeah. I would have not taken that bet. Not when Alex Smith and them were there. I thought they were going to get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Royals were like, they were like that moribund franchise, like your Bengals used to be, like the Saints used to be. Like, they were the perennial why are you a
Browns.
professional team?
Browns.
Why are they were the team that you would always say, man, I bet you a minor league team could beat this team. Like, you know how there's always that team in professional sports where you just take the top college team and just be like, I bet you this squad could beat this team. That was the Royals. That's who they were.
The Jets.
Oh, good.
That's that. Okay. All right.
Low
Relax.
blow. I'm sorry. Low blow.
Relax.
Yeah. Oh no. Yesterday, Oh God.
George is not beating the Jets. Let's just relax.
It was right there. I'm sorry. It was right there. Come on. I know so many Jets fans, and it's too damn easy to do. It's like,
and I'm not even a Jets fan. I'm just looking at it. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Every year the Jets can't have nice things. That's what I've been saying. They can't have nice things.
Yeah.
They're gonna win. They're gonna win a Super Bowl with the real.
The problem with the Jets is that they try to buy nice things and they break upon their overview.
That's
what's happening.
They need to find antiques other than Aaron Rodgers. They need to find stuff at like bargain bin that will come together at the right time.
Antiques. That's part of the problem. They're going to consignment shops and buying these guys like John Simpson and Tyron. And they're expecting a miracle. They're expecting someone. They have someone in the back there doing the renovations when they spruce up old crap and resell it at a different value. That's what they got going on in the training room. That's who they fired last year's training crew with. Now they have a bunch of fixer up. They got Chip and Joanne Gaines in the training room right now. Doing fixer upper work on that roster. That's what they got going on.
You're talking about a really high class. It's a quote high class pawn shop. Like it's in a nicer area compared to most pawn shops. But really, it's like
high class.
It'll break when it's like a Rolex. Like, hey, I got a Rolex, and then it's like a Timex really underneath it all. Yeah. So it's like, it's broken again.
They just painted over a broken clock. The clock's still broken. It just looks nicer.
Yeah.
Yes, Joe.
No.
Clock is still broken. It's just.
I brought
but it's gonna be right twice a day.
Yep.
So don't worry.
Before that, it's gonna be college football season.
Honey, I bought a grandfather clock. Oh, that's great. It looked great in the living room. It doesn't work.
You don't talk about college sports, Jordan.
Yeah. Oh no, Joe, me and Gabe were talking about college sports last night. Like, and I asked him like, what's the worst loss in Nebraska last season? He went through the entire. He went through Jet Sims. The Jet Sims experience, the Matt Rule being an idiot, like this man was last year.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, man.
Jordan.
He pulled up the schedule.
We need to let Matt.
Gabe went off. Gabe went off on me about Matt. I'm still like he's a great.
We need to let him cook.
It's like I'm never gonna back off Matt Rule. I'm never gonna back off Matt Rule, even though it's more of David Tepper's fault. It's all David Tepper's fault.
And we talk about this season's schedule, and it looks easy on paper, but like anything can happen.
Why are we living yesterday when we came to the conclusion it's fantastic because we get a win, or I'll be depressed, and I'll be even more annoyed when I have Nebraska plus 35 and they inevitably lose by like 36 off of dumb.
No, it's you, the UTEP.
And it's gonna be content though.
No, exactly, and we're gonna clip it, and we're probably gonna live stream because like you're playing against UTEP. UTEP. If you lose to them, you're gonna be out. You're gonna be laughed out of the building.
Give me a win.
Watch out for the minors, though.
We're not proved as a program to take any win. Like it's great.
It's
we got
year
win.
one.
Exactly.
It's year one, and he's 5-7.
God.
Traditionally speaking, he improves every single year.
That is
in
true,
college
technically.
football.
Technically, he's right. Technically, he is
He
right.
never goes backwards.
That's
He
true.
always goes forwards, and then he capitalizes on that last good year and parlays it into a new job. That's
He's
he's
a grower. He's what I like to affectionately call a grower.
You're calling him JB Bickerstaff essentially.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, he's the con artist.
Whose show did I say
Matt
that you know who would be a perfect
Mine.
coach for Detroit? J.D. Dickerson.
Yes,
He
Joe.
is a
I agree
grower.
with you. I agree
Yes.
with that. I agree with that. I said
I
Yeah.
just don't
Joe.
remember which one of y'all's shows
It
I
was
said
my-
that,
it was-
but I
it was-
said
I think you
that
said.
would
I think you
be.
said. I think you said an E-Rock show, but
He
like
did. You said it in
Yeah.
Scout.
It just makes it
Yeah,
just
he-
made
yeah,
sense.
it makes sense.
I was like, this is great. This is what
No,
he does. He grows
I
the
agree
younger
with it.
talent.
I agree with it. Yeah, it's a great idea. I think you're right, 100%. But I actually still think Cleveland, they done effed up, bro, by letting him go. I think he's better than gonna be. I think he's gonna
Yeah.
be better. Katie Atkinson, I don't think is gonna cut it. That's just personal opinion. But
Well,
hey, I
his
could be
only
wrong.
real
Yeah.
experience was that Brooklyn experience, right?
Yeah.
And he actually that was when they had the bench popping. They were doing the bench dances. D'Lo
Yeah.
was he was living his best life
Yeah,
over there. They had just gotten
Jarrett
Karras
Allen,
was over there.
baby.
Karras was over there. He was cooking. And then they said, okay, this team is now good enough that if we plug superstars on it,
Oh.
we are going to be amazing. And that's when they
Said,
let
he said my
Atkinson
charger's
go
back there, right? My charger's back there.
and decided to go full throttle on veterans. And
How'd that work out for you,
they
Brooklyn?
lost the core of who they were as a team by trying to put all these superstars together and try to make that work.
Oh no, it cooked all right, Joe. It cooked.
Way well done. You could smell the sizzle from Florida. What was going on up there?
Exactly. They cooked all right. They
Did they
burnt
go?
it,
Was the transition Kenny to Steve Kerr or Steve Nash?
Yes.
Is that how that went?
Yes. That's exactly how
And
it went.
they go and put a rookie head coach in there. Like, I don't know.
Well,
that was, and they put that rookie head coach was Steve Nash, and yet they're firing up fireworks early.
Well, that's because
Lakers
KD
are doing the
wanted
same thing. So
Yeah,
that's true. That's actually, I think
you can hear the fireworks from my house. Like, yeah.
yeah, I think they were still. I think that team was still in grower mode. I think if they would have just let that team grow,
Yeah.
they could have built
over
something
there.
there. But they got to a point where they're just like, okay, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clear all this money. We're gonna get Kyrie, and by virtue of getting Kyrie, we're gonna get Kevin, and we're gonna fill out the roster around that. And I was just like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess.
Well, that would have worked years ago, but not now, not in today's game.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta hop off real quick. I'll be back.
Okie dokie.
All right. See you later, man.
So Brady goes on to be enlightening as usual. I wouldn't mind of me comments on it. I'm acknowledging it's not great content, but I personally enjoy letting Brady know how
I understand.
Everyone knows what the Astros are like. Even back when I was a kid, like they were bad back in the NL.
And speaking of which, Mr. Chad, how are you?
They were just broken.
Are you mic shy now? What you can type?
Broken.
Is your voice tired from all that typing you do?
Like they just broke. But
he didn't show an audio.
Yeah, fun story.
You mess this up, Brady.
But yeah,
no, we cannot hear you.
But yeah, the Astros were just bad when I was a kid. Like they were just bad. They brought in Roy Oswald. They brought in like, oh my goodness, I think I'm gonna try and go back to like year 2010, 2011. Like Astros teams, like they trade away Hunter Pence to the Phillies back in 2011. Like, and I think I did saw him.
There was that one year they were really cooking. The one where they got Carlos Beltran, and he was just smoking
2006.
Everything, bro. Oh man, he could not be stopped. I was like,
yeah.
What?
2005.
Has he?
Guess who they lost to?
Good?
Guess who they lost to?
Okay.
The Chicago White Sox.
All right. All right. Well, the White Sox are clearly a long, long away from those days.
like
a long,
but like
long way.
but like even then, like I always just remember them as just bad. Like until all of a sudden, like Wholesale 2 was developing. George Springer developed to be a star. Like and then the year it didn't after this point in 2016 they won the World Series. Oh my God! Wow. Then you realize
Oh my God.
trash cans.
What did this team like? I feel like I fell asleep when the White Sox just got to this point because I feel like it was such a quick transition from them hiring Tony La Russa to where we are today. Like I feel like I fell asleep and I woke up and I was like, were they always this bad? Like,
Oh no, they're bad.
because I feel like they at some point they spent like the money to be good and Abreu was cooking and I was like, oh, okay, so are they gonna be something? And then they hired Tony La Russa and I was like, you don't hire a Tony La Russa if you're growing a team. That man, like,
That
he's not a grower. Like, he's a guy that, okay, you have the team, you just need a competent person to get you over. He's not
Nope.
the guy you hire when you're just figuring it out. So when I saw that hire, I was like, oh, they must think they're cooking.
I legit was like, what are they doing? Why of all managers, Tony La Russa, really? Are you that stupid? Like
I
Jesus
I
Christ.
honestly I didn't get it either. And to be completely honest, while I do appreciate how, Ron handled our bench, I didn't think Ron Washington would get another job.
Ron
Here
Washington,
he is.
He is just no, Ron is just bad. Like I thought the hire for Ron was stupid. Was terrible for the Angels because like he works better at the bench at the third baseman coach than like at the manager. Like even when the Rangers were at the highs, I felt like Ron was holding them back.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's just
cooking.
me.
They were cooking in Texas. They had Beltray, they had Josh Hamlin. I honestly thought that they would go somewhere. Yeah.
You know how
Nelson Cruz in
this
right
is actually
field
Brady.
dropped the ball.
What's that, Gabe? Go ahead.
Just oh my God.
I've never yeah. So Brady, this is what you have to do. So you are going to leave here after I give you all the instructions. You are going to leave here. You're going to go back to the Twitter. I gave you the link. You're going to click on the link and your phone will say allow. And that's for the camera and mic permissions. You clicked deny or you clicked on the X. And so therefore you don't have any, you didn't give permissions for this program to use your mic or camera. And no, Jordan's not talking over you. You have 0 permissions. So that's what you have to do. All right, bye, Brady. Go ahead and do those steps. Good luck. Joe, this is the opposite of understanding the assignment, I would say.
That's true. But I've been guilty from time to time not understanding the assignment myself. But my teachers always let me correct it, so it's all good. It's what we call a growing process. And what do we do here? We support growth.
We support growth. We support
growth. Bro.
Oh my God. Yeah. Brady. Brady, or you could also do it from your settings. You could allow. I think you could, but either way, the easiest way is to leave the stream completely, like close out the tab, swipe up. I'm assuming you have an iPhone. Close out of it, out of the internet thing here. Go back to Twitter, click on the link again, and then it'll say allow. You have to click allow. You'll know that it works because you'll be able to then see yourself. But so yeah, Brady, you even come back and do the steps. Understand the assignment, my guy.
Andrew McCutcheon's
in the
top 50 in home runs.
McCutcheon.
I thought he was old as hell.
No,
I just looked down there and I was like, "Yo, Andrew's still on the home runs list. That's good for him."
Yeah.
He reminds me of
Yeah,
Pujols' last year.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can still rake. That's the thing. It's just that injuries. That I think his run in Philly really, his his 2019 run was held back because of an injury.
Yeah.
But even then, he was still a threat.
Yeah, I'm glad he's back with the Buccos. I'm always liked him there. He's good.
Those dreadlocks, man, legendary. Also, he was traded for peanuts by the Pirates. They were. It's the Pirates.
Yeah, and I also think they were trying to get him to a good place, right? They were trying to do right by him, because he pretty much did carry the franchise. So
exactly.
they probably didn't get back what they would have liked, but it was a good situation for him. So.
And San Francisco was just enough. Well, it's I at the time I liked the move fine because they needed some outfield help in 2018, but just San Francisco was being sluggish, if I remember correctly. And they traded him to the Yankees. But yeah, I feel bad. I feel McCutcheon. You should have at least got a ring. Those are one of the players I'm like, oh my goodness, why didn't he get a ring? Man, come on.
Yeah, that's one of those guys man, it would have been nice to hear him in a post-game interview, have that Al Horford moment where you're just like, he finally got one. And he's a really good dude.
Yeah.
You just hope and granted, credit to him, he took this, he wanted to go back home, back to the franchise who he played the most with and had his most success with. So kudos to him on that. But
yeah,
I just think to myself, man, he couldn't. You're telling me he's got 12 and 25 right now. He couldn't have been a part-time DH somewhere. That's like the Phillies, like the Brewers, somewhere that's it's got a shot to get the chip. None of these guys needed an extra bat. I bet you the Yankees wish they had him right now. with Stanton on the shelf, I bet you they wish they had him right now to just plug in there. And who knows? They're going to be active in the trade deadline. The Buccos may decide, hey, this team looks like they might go. We can flip you for a couple of prospects. Ain't no thing to us. If you want to leave, we'll let you go. We'll find somewhere for you. Send you to the Braves. Acuna's out. Maybe they could use another bat.
Yeah.
One of these guys, one of these contenders, got to have room for a McCutcheon so that he could just make one last run at it.
Yeah. Oh, cross your fingers on that, man.
Brady, I wish you luck.
We did our best.
It said you blocked me. Yeah, that's not how it works, bud. I know what's going on here. He's like, I tried getting on, you wouldn't allow me because you were too afraid of the smoke. No, that's not at all what happened, Brady.
It's probably exactly what's happening. In his head.
But a lot of copium.
Yep.
Oh man.
But
you know who I feel
Brady.
bad for?
Yep. Oh, who?
Michael Soroka. That man could not stay healthy for the Braves, and now he's 0-8 with an almost 6 ERA, and it's just heartbreaking because that guy, Soroka, 2019, was a dog.
Yeah.
He was cooking, and we found
I thought he was gonna be one. I thought he was
right. I thought he was gonna be the next dude. Right. I thought it was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the next $300 million pitcher when he's up for a contract. He's going to cook, and that
injuries, man.
Tommy John sucks, dude. I get it, and I don't know if it's pitch clock. I don't know if it's these guys wanting to throw 100 on a daily basis, and that's what's throwing out their arms. I have no idea, but I gotta say, there's some arms out there that are just, it's unfortunate. Jacob DeGrom again out.
I think it's mostly because like they're trying to throw the 100 miles. Like the the clock isn't helping, but like the arm can only take so much, and you're
And it's
throwing it in
unnatural
various
movements.
motions.
Yeah, it's unnatural movements. Our arms are not designed to continuously do that on a regular basis like that. So
yeah, and it's that, and also like you can try to teach them, teach the kids about like like pitch location, like and off speed pitches, but hitters could eat that you know what up easily, like.
Oh, good save, Jordan.
Good save.
But
yeah.
Like,
so I worry about a guy like Skeens, right?
Yeah.
I worry about the Hundo boys, as Pat McAfee affectionately calls his 1-2 punch over in Pittsburgh. I worry about those guys, because they throw regularly high 90s in the hundreds. Skeens in particular, he's like not fully developed yet, so his arm is only going to get
I
even
think that
stronger.
also what room knows Syndergaard's career. Like he's trying to get like 100 miles.
Man, he threw
99 an hour.
That
like,
guy.
Yeah, like his arm just gave out.
Yeah, and I feel like this happened. I mean, it's the natural progression of life in terms of like pitchers. Your hope as a pitcher is that when you get to the late stages of your career, you still know how to manipulate the speeds in your pitches to where you're still dynamic as a pitcher. So like when you lose like when you lose your 95 to 100 stuff, those guys, their hope is that when they get to that stage of their career, they can still 90 to 94, but also have like a changeup or a curveball or a slider, something off speed to balance that out. Their hope is to get into their upper 30s and still be able to do that.
Yeah.
But these guys are starting to get hurt like even before they hit 30. You see, you look at a Jacob DeGrom, this is his second time with this situation now. And there are guys that like are I worry for a guy specifically like Skeens who comes in with that kind of fanfare, that kind of pub coming from LSU throwing heat. I worry about his longevity. And this is exactly why when they pulled him from that no-hitter he was running, I was like 100% fine with it. 100% fine with it, because he was in the the sixth inning at 100 pitches. Like he would have needed 9 more outs. That means you're asking him to potentially go into 130.
Yeah.
Throwing that kind of, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Not especially when you want this guy, maybe your hope realistically, Pittsburgh, your hope is like 26, 27. You have a roster behind a guy like that, behind your Hundo boys, to be able to get yourself into the postseason and make some noise when you get there. That's your hope. But if you're, wanting him to, reach all these accolades, 20 strikeouts in a game, or no hitter, perfect game, whatever the case, and he maxes out at 130. Listen, I saw a guy who threw 137 pitches in Johan Santana, and after that season, he was never the same again.
100. Yeah.
Within 2 years, he was out the league. And that's what I worry about these guys who you throw out, and that was that was pre.
Yeah, without 100% without pitch clock.
Yeah, that was pre-pitch clock.
And at the big number hit is 15 home run in the year. 4-1 Orioles.
Let's go, Mariners on the board.
100% agree with you on that, Joe, because like the body can only do so much, and like I worry for Skeens. I worry for a lot of the younger pitchers because like they're being taught like velocity over placement. Like you can throw 100 miles all you want, but like it's always been like your location, or you're gonna get Tommy John surgery at like 16 years old.
Yeah, it's really getting to that point where you really have to worry about that. And so I look back to like my childhood and the people that I used to watch and how these guys were getting 300 wins, 4,000 strikeouts. Your Randy Johnsons, and Randy Johnson threw heat. Randy threw heat.
Yeah.
Your Kurt Schilling threw heat. He was a bit of a hitter, not as much, but still kind of like in that class. But then you got a guy like Greg Maddux. who was never like the heat guy. He was like maybe top 94, 95, but his was always location. His balls manipulated left and right of the plate, changing speeds. And granted, his changing speeds was probably maybe 92, 91 to like 80 through 84, but like his location and change of speeds, he was able to win like a ginormous amount of games by being able to manipulate the plate like that. But I think in this age of sports, you know, with the pitch clock, with the how hard these guys are throwing, and how much they're asked to do, like I don't know if we ever see a guy get up to that many wins again.
Probably. Like there's always going to be that guy that's like is going to prefer location over velocity. Like it's just that like they're not going to get a lot of it. Like I want to say a lot of quality starts because hitters are recognizing those off speed pitches. That and also like the managers will overthink, and there are a lot of managers that are going to overthink this game a lot. They're going to take them. They're going to take them out around the 5th or 6th inning.
Yeah, well, you know, location is still very important, right? Because there's guys that are throwing heat that are like flaming out of the sport. Let's take Tanner Scott, for instance, over with the Marlins. Like that guy, listen, he's cost me several games in MLB The Show, okay? And I'm not gonna say that I'm the pettiest person in the world, but I am right up there as far as pettiness is concerned.
Exactly, man.
I'm a grower as far as my sports experience. I like to take the worst team in baseball or the worst team in football, draft well, sell our good assets, and get draft picks, and we build it from the ground up, right? So I took the Orioles. And we had Tanner Scott, and I was like, you know what? This guy throws heat. I'm gonna put him in the closer role. That man blew 13 saves for me in a year, and I was like, come on, bro. I gave you an opportunity, and you can't locate your fastball to save your life. I've lost so many 9-7 games, 5-4 games in the late innings because this man can't locate his fastball. And yeah, so that's, you know, and that's, you know, someone who's having that issue and who may potentially also flame himself out of a job. 2 people, Craig Kimbrell.
Oh no, Kimbrell done.
Kimbrell's he can't locate to save his life anymore.
That man has been costing Philly, literally cost the Phillies like a champ, like another pennant. In my personal opinion, because his blown saves against the Arizona the Diamondbacks like cost them the series, cost them a pennant.
Obviously hurts me to say, right? Because he was a Braves guy, and I loved him when we had him.
And the Cubs, 2019, he was god awful. Like
And sometimes that happens, you know. And his big asset was he was able to throw heat, and then when these guys started to be able to catch up to the heat, and he wasn't locating as well, they've been making him pay for it. Another guy who's going to flame himself out of the league, Aroldis Chapman. That's another guy who threw heat, could not locate to save his life, and he's walking batters, and then before you know it, he throws a fat 102 across the plate, and it's somewhere in the gap. And he
Chapman at least won the World Series. That's the thing. Like he's probably gonna get like I want to say a Hall of Fame recognition. Like he won 2 rings. That's the thing. Like
won 2 rings and has been one of the hardest throwing pitchers of all time, consistently hitting in like the triple digits.
Oh, I looked up 2010. That's the thing. Like he's been throwing pitches like that since 2010, and
I mean it's gonna be hard to locate the fastball at this age now. I mean he's still throwing heat, but at the same time it's like location wise, it's like now there's pitch clock, and then Kenley Jensen said something interesting about the baseballs on how they feel different and how it literally feels like it's slipping out of his hands throwing the baseballs now. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if that's adding anything to the I can't remember when he said that, but I feel like it was like either early season or maybe in spring training. I can't remember. Someone fact check me on that. But that's another guy who's consistently been one of the best closers,
Mhm.
but has run into, in his late run with the Dodgers,
Father time.
it's catching up to him, right? And a guy who depends on, on like his heater going into the late stages of your career, you lose a little bit of velocity, but then you also lose a little bit of control. So like these are things that I worry about. Like, I'm looking at pitchers today and longevity wise. Is it better to be a location pitcher and maybe throw a little less hard and just, mix your off speeds more frequently, or just throw it until you get the Tommy John? Like, well, what's better for these guys now at this point? I mean, you're definitely gonna get paid to throw it hard, right? Like the guys who've thrown it hard consistently and won games, your Jacob deGroms, they're always gonna get money if they're still able to throw hard and win games. But he's now lost 2 seasons due to injury because of how hard he throws. And so now I worry about,
and he's been throwing hard since around like 2018, like 2019ish. Like
right?
DeGrom was mostly known for a slider and changeup.
Yeah.
But like,
God, do you remember that lineup? Strasburg, Syndergaard, like they were supposed. I mean, Syndergaard, DeGrom, and how they were supposed to be.
Matt Harvey, Jacob DeGrom, Noah Syndergaard, Steven Matz, Bartolo Colon,
bro,
Zach Wheeler. That's gonna sting for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Rafael Montero, and you remember this. Montero was supposed to be the starter, and DeGrom was supposed to be the bullpen guy.
He'd likely he likely would have been the best closer in the game. If they just had DeGrom as the closer and just limit his innings, he might have been one of the best closers ever. Because you remember, like a guy like Smoltz was able to do both. Like he was great at both, and it's largely the reason why he made it to the Hall of Fame, was because A, his longevity, but B, he was great doing both, and not a whole lot of people can say that, if at all.
Yeah, probably Joe, probably. Like I was feeling, but like I kind of agree. I kind of agree with you on that. But still, they went with him at the start because I think like Montero was injured during 2014. Why 2014, 2015ish? It was 2014. But yeah, like it's mostly because Harvey fell apart. Matt's never really developed, like, is a low end starter. Thor was at least a quality ace, but he's not gonna. He wasn't there long term. DeGrom, we can't score runs for him, and Wheeler injuries.
Terrible run support,
dude.
Terrible run support.
No, Joe.
And even on this team, even on this team, he had terrible run support. They got guys like Lindor, guys like Alonso, and they're barely.
They're scoring runs.
That's
weights. The thing. They're scoring one for David Peterson. DeGrom was like, "What? No, he was
I left because they gave me more money and you couldn't score for me."
No. He was looking at that first game at Texas. They were scoring those runs. He was probably in the back. Was like, "What's this?"
Where was that run support when I was there? I'm over here losing I'm losing games 2-1. 2-1. I've got 14 strikeouts, 8 innings, and I'm losing 2-1.
No. It was 0-0. It was 0-0. That's the thing. Like, some of them were mostly just scoreless.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. That was actually my first love, baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Same. I loved baseball when I was smaller. I was just better at basketball, so I was like, yeah. This is probably my best route.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Better. Love baseball, but I'm better. But fishery football is I want to say appealing, but like it's more like, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, we're only 2 months out from the first game. We're getting close, and I always know how close we're getting to at least like the Hall of Fame game, because that's usually, and I told Gabe this, Pat McAfee usually takes like a week or two, like about a month out from the Hall of Fame game. It's kind of like their way to recharge during the summer, find some tropical place to go to. Unfortunately for him, he had a death in the family, so they're probably not doing a whole lot of that. But like they usually take that, and that's my cue. It's like, oh, okay, Pat McAfee's off. Football's coming, brother. Football is on the way. Football is on the way. It's on the way. Oh my gosh, I sent something in the group chat, I think. So I saw a clip. And remember when we had that talk when we were watching the Aces game? We had the talk about the beginning of the Giants experience in Hard Knocks. Well, I saw a clip. Yeah. I saw a clip. And the direct clip was them talking about what they were gonna do with Saquon Barkley.
Oh my
god! Amazing. They were having a whole full-blown conversation, and they were weighing pros and cons. And I was like, "There's no way. There's no way. There's no way." I'm watching Joe. I'm watching him tell these people, it's like, all right, but like, is anyone really gonna pay a running back $12 million, 27-year-old running back? And if we do that, what are we gonna do after that? What's the plan after that? And I'm looking at him like,
you paid $40 million for Daniel Jones.
I'm
what
like,
else you gotta lose?
What is happening right now? You're actually, and there's a guy in there. There's a guy sitting right next to him to his left. I don't know who his name is, but I remember when they signed him to the deal as kind of like a player development, like kind of like in that hierarchy underneath Joe Shine. I saw him, and this man was preaching gospel. He's like, are we really? He gave me the whole, are we really gonna do this vibe? Like he gave me the whole, we're really just gonna let him. Like he was like trying to be the voice of reason in this whole thing. I'm like, yeah. He's like, so Joe would ask him, is like, do we really think? He's like, yeah. I think someone will pay him $12 million if they have a need at the position. Yeah, I do believe someone's gonna. And I'm watching him like, nah, I don't think so. I'm like, what do you mean, no? He's Saquon Barkley. Like, he's literally carried our offense for the last 3 years. What do you mean no one's going to pay him $12 million?
Someone's going to pay him that money. That's the thing.
I just felt bad for old boy. He was just trying to tell us, like, he was looking around the room like, are we serious right now?
I tried watching the whole thing. I'll try watching the whole thing. I was like, yeah, I knew what this was going to be. That's the thing.
I'm going to check and see if I made it. If it made it to the group chat, because I think I was trying to figure out how to get it there, and I don't know if it ended up happening. But I remember saying to myself, "Oh, I gotta send this to the guys." There's no way. There's no way. There's no way I'm watching this right now.
This season's gonna get brutal. Like, we got week 1 against the Vikings, then the Commanders, probably gonna be 1-1, but Browns, Dallas, Seattle, Cincinnati, Philly, Pittsburgh, Commies again, Carolina. So we're looking at 2-10-ish. 2 wins, 3? Not really. Yeah, 3-4. Yeah, another 3-14 season. But guess what? We're gonna get the 2nd overall pick.
Listen, I mean what I said. Okay, like 100%. I am absolutely here for this 4 and 13 season. Like, that's literally all I need. The combination of Daniel Jones and Drew Lock to get me to 4 wins, get me a top 5 pick, and let's see what's in the draft for our quarterback situation.
Drew Alley, baby.
That's literally all I need you to do.
Oh,
and I'll be happy with that.
Oh God, Joe. Drew, like, it's going to be Shedeur Sanders, Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers, Jalen Milroe, or Drew Aller. Oh, this is going to be bad.
We honestly, yeah, that's upsetting now that I think about it. Although, I have been known to support me some Shedeur Sanders. I have been known.
I'll be pissed.
Listen, I'm not going to shy away from it. I've said it. It's like, if Shedor's up there and we somehow screwed the pooch, and all the other,
Make
your
the pick.
Quinn and your Carson Becks are gone, I am 100% comfortable with taking Shador Sanders and just letting him cook in New York.
Jordan,
yeah, he's gonna.
Jordan,
he's gonna cook all right. He's gonna cook all right. He's gonna cook his IG stories, selling his merch while they're down by 30.
Where's the tweet that you sent me when I was talking about my Spurs championship? Where's the tweet, Jordan?
Which?
What do you mean nonsense?
Okay. The
I
cocaine's
got it.
in.
It's
Where
in the
did
group
that
chat.
crack come in?
It is in the group chat.
When?
That is my favorite tweet of yours, Jordan, of all time.
Okay, the cocaine's kicking in. Where did that crack come in?
Come into play.
I'm just not a big Shador Sanders fan. Like,
shout out Joe.
I love you, Joe, but like, I'm just not big on. I'm just not high on Sanders as everyone else.
Oh, you're high, Jordan.
Far worse. I'm just saying we could do far worse.
True. Oh God, no! If we get Quinn Edwards, I'm gonna puke.
Oh, wait a minute! Milroe would be amazing with the Giants. He could sell his merch. He could sell his he could sell his merch down in Fordham in the Bronx. They would totally buy themselves.
Oh no, he's selling himself. That's the thing. Like,
they will. You know how much Lank will do? How much money Lank will do on Fordham? They will buy Lank merchandise all over the place, bro. He will do well in New York. His merch sales alone, like he wouldn't even need an endorsement deal, brother. He just once he gets
everything. Once he get that form mode, they'll be like, "Oh, yo, Jalen, yeah,
yo, what up, Doc? Yeah, I got my Lank shirt, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. All right, but that is now in the Twitter group chat for your perusal later, guys. You have to listen. You just have to see what's going on in this room.
All right.
Because I remember when this went down, I was like, man, I would have loved to have been a fly in the room when they decided this is what they were gonna do.
No.
Just to see
you were.
Who was, and I was. We all got to see it. We all got to see it.
We're all flies.
No, Joe, they were smoking. Oh no, they were smoking something.
Oh yeah. Oh my. Oh.
Yep, they were smoking.
Regular pen. Just a regular pen, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Joe, I'm glad you manifested that. I think you did.
Mm-hmm.
I really did manifest that.
All right, Jordan, what are you about to manifest for either of your teams? Go ahead.
For one of the teams, I hope, like, I think Washington's still going to be a sleeper team. Like, they have to be, because like they can only go up. Because after that last season, Jesus Christ, Sam Howell, oh God,
that was bad.
Like, they need something good. And I look at their schedule, like they're probably going to get around like 7-8. Like, they have the Bucks, they have the Giants, they have the Bengals, they have the Cardinals. So like at least a 2-2 start. And then like if they could beat some of the pretenders, 8-9 season, or at least like a 9-8 and sneak into the NFC wildcard, because the NFC is weak. Like, if they can't beat the Panthers, I'm laughing. I'm gonna text E-Rock and be like, "You beat the commies, baby."
I just watched that video again, and it just, oh my God, there's no way. There's no way we let this happen.
Oh no, we let it happen. Like,
there's no way someone in this room decided, you know what, Daniel Jones, yeah, cut that check, and then those same people said, yeah, Saquon Barkley, yeah, we're not cutting that check. What?
Oh no,
what? You are the same people. What do you mean?
Oh no, Joe. I knew Barkley was gone when he accepted that tag. I was like, oh, he's gone. No. Oh, he's gone.
I almost feel like they made both of these choices just so that they could eventually have their own person at running back and their own person at quarterback. Because let's look at what happened, right? Who did they sign to replace him? Devin Singletary. Who the hell drafted Devin Singletary?
Mm-hmm.
Joe was one of the people that was in that room with Bean who drafted Devin Singletary. So they've already got their quote unquote person at running back. And now next year, when this blows up in their face, which it inevitably will, 4-13, 3-14, whatever combination, that's going to happen. And then they're going to go get their quarterback. And now they're going to sink or swim with whoever they chose at running back, whoever they chose at quarterback, and see what happens from there. And don't get me wrong, I also love me some Devin Singletary, but at the same time, I know Devin Singletary is not going to give me 300 carries, 1,200 yards, and double-digit touchdowns. But then again, in this NFL, I don't know anyone that's going to give you that either. I think the most you're going to see a running back get, if they want to preserve the length, if they want their running backs to get to the second contract, I think the most these running backs today are going to get is somewhere in between 2 and 215. I think that's the golden number. And then you give the second guy 100 to 150. And then that's going to be how you do things. And I think a really good example of that is what Pittsburgh's doing with Jalen Warren and Najee Harris. I think those guys, neither one of them are ever going to touch 300. I think they're going to keep them both anywhere between 180 and 200 each. Or if they're really going to, because it's Arthur Smith, they may go 215. Yeah. But I don't think individually either one of them
they're going to find a third string running back and run that offense.
And run that guy 75 times too.
Exactly.
And then if they're pressed and have to put Fields in and Russell doesn't work out, well, then that's more carries that they can get one. So they'll end up with 4 running backs at some point during this season if it doesn't work for Russ.
No. Gentlemen. We're all missing the point here. Do you know why here's the reason why they actually got rid of Saquon. Because he couldn't amass 200 yards on the ground against the 2000 Ravens. Trash. He couldn't pick up 4 touchdowns against the Eagles 91.
Oh no.
Get out of here. He couldn't run the ball on the 76 Steelers.
No. There's a reason why they got rid of him.
He couldn't get 4 scores against the 85
he
Bears.
was in those commercials.
Trash.
My favorite one out of all of that is bum, because that
man ain't a bum.
That is Aaron Rodgers' favorite word when he's going on one of his little diatribes over someone that he doesn't believe is giving us the right information. He always just flat out calls him bum. Like he went on a tirade on one of his last appearances last year on the show, and he's just like, yeah, like some guy that was telling me that, oh, if you'd have lasted more than 4 plays, we still bum. This is so funny. This is the way he said it. It was just bum. I was like, that. Listen, you can say what you will as far as who he is as a person and what he believes in, but damn it, if he's not, he's not content when he's on TV, brother. He is hilarious. He says some outlandish stuff.
No, Joe, they got Cordell Patterson. The Steelers got Patterson.
Oh, there you go. That's your third running back right there.
Exactly. He's going to run that offense.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Connor Hayward.
I remember that.
Connor Hayward. I will laugh.
I remember that because the whole point of getting him was to again have the punt returns because of the new rules on the special teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Man, what a perfect fit.
And also, if they use Justin Fields in the punt returns, I'm gonna laugh my ass off because,
no, I don't know who said that, but I don't think you get a guy like Cordell Patterson and have why even make that signing if you if you're gonna plan on using Justin Fields on anything? No. Now, if it's the Super Bowl or you're in the AFC Championship somehow, right?
Yeah, do something.
And you need a gadget play. You need a Pat McAfee onside kick in the middle of the field type play, right? Which obviously you can't do anymore. But if you need that random play that you only do once a year,
Justin Fields.
Maybe that's your play. Maybe maybe you put him back there, and the team's like, oh, yo, they got Jay. They got Justin back there. Are we punting it to? Do we call time out here? Yeah, but outside of that, but you got to think that there's going to be like at least 10 short yardage plays that they have him, right? You know, like an option situation, maybe him and Jalen Warren on a third down. You need a 3rd-and-1 situation. You know, these guys don't like to put 11 on the field and then, you know, run quarterback sneaks anymore now. You know, the Jason Kelsey's retired. We're no longer going to see the tush push. He's going to take it with them to Monday Night Football. There's so many 3rd-and-1s, 4th-and-1s out of shotgun formation. It makes me sick. So I feel like Pittsburgh.
Yes, Joe.
Like, what? There's literally no way. Joe. Like, there's no fullback anymore. Like,
oh no, there's still fullback.
2% of the teams run a fullback, and even if they have a fullback, it's not like your traditional fullback. It's like your 3rd tight end playing H-back. Is really what's happening. Like, I see my football, like the football I grew up, fullbacks mattered. Okay, there were at least 25 Kyle Juszczyks. Okay, like Kyle Juszczyk is literally a fossil in today's NFL. He's one of few. He's an endangered species.
CJ Ham, baby.
NFL, save the fullback position. Hear me cry. They are an endangered species. Roger, if you can hear me in the universe, save the fullback.
Aries.
They need more help than special teams.
More fullback.
Fullback lives matter.
Fullback lives matter, brother.
Aries.
Fullback
Please
lives
get
matter.
More fullbacks.
I'm gonna tweet
and
that later.
My
fullback lives matter.
Is yours.
And then I'm gonna clip this for us later. We're gonna put the clip on there. Hashtag fullback lives matter.
There's gonna be a lot of bad teams, man.
Save the fullback. Hashtag.
But like one of the questions is gonna be like, which team do you think like everyone think is good and like they're suddenly bad? Because like I think like New Orleans is gonna be bad this year. Like they are gonna be bad.
Like, you know, it's funny. I think are they not like still one of the we need to find odds for the NFC South, because I feel like that's like one of those that's one of those conferences where they have a new conference champion, like, or new divisional champion, like every
yeah, it's a revolving door.
Yeah, it's a revolving door. No one ever wins it back to back.
I'm gonna go to like Vegas. Like there's some Vegas insights like with their betting odds.
I feel like I think this was like the big thing. The big surprise was that their odds didn't move when they signed Kirk Cousins. Like their odds remained the same.
Falcons had like -115.
Okay, so that sounds like a favorite. What do they have?
Yeah, a lot of them at like half like the Falcons as like top division winner. Like I think the Falcons are gonna be fine. They're not gonna win the division. I think I still have the Buccaneers. I have the Buccaneers still winning because like they're at least like stable, the most stable team in that in that division.
Here's where I worry about it though, and the proof is why you guys talk about Nick Sirianni and what happened after he lost his coordinators. Canales is in Carolina now. So like with that change now in offensive coordinator, you got to wonder now, okay, is Baker still going to be who he was last year? Is there going to be like a massive transfer or transition in the offense, or are they going to keep it mostly the same? Because a lot of these guys, when they get these positions, they want to run their own scheme, or they want to run. And I don't know. Me personally, I'm going to be upfront. I don't know who they got to replace him. So I don't know.
Look it up.
Yeah, I don't know how much that offense is going to change with whomever they hired to replace them. That's going to be very interesting. And then also, their wide receiver position has been kind of like questionable, health wise, but also production wise outside of like
Mike Evans.
Yeah, Mike Evans. I think Chris Godwin was
Yeah.
solid, but I feel like I think there's a lot of question marks there.
Yeah, like Liam Cohen. Oh, it's gonna be bad. Like,
yeah, so I wonder about that, to where I get why the line is the way it is now. With that kind of like, because you look at Atlanta and you think, oh, a quarterback solves a lot of what's happening here. And you can say what you want about Kirk Cousins. He's the best mid player that you've
he's
ever
a better
seen.
option than like Desmond Ritter.
But Desmond Ritter and Taylor Heineke.
Heineke, baby.
Yeah, Heineke is arguably one of the best mid players. He is
a perfect stopgap.
You want him on your bench. You want him on the bench.
Yeah.
A lot of people have said that about, like, say, a Fitzpatrick. You want him on the bench.
Yeah.
Because he can come in and he can easily win you 4 to 5 games if your guy goes down and what do we say is one of the most important positions in football? Backup quarterback. Right. So, like, if you have a Taylor Heineke back there, you're like, okay, we're pretty good at the quarterback position. Now, if Taylor's your one, you're probably not saying that. That means that whoever you have as a backup is definitely not winning football games. Yeah. And that's not to say anything bad about Tyler Heineke, but we saw this dance in Washington, right? So we knew going into last season, like, there wasn't going to be a whole lot there that's going to say, okay, he can easily take you to a division championship and get you to a playoff game. So I think looking at the 7 and 10 consecutive seasons for Atlanta, you figure, okay, what if they just had a quarterback? Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, they just had a quarterback. Does that quarterback now unlock Kyle Pitts? Does that quarterback now unlock Drake London? Does this quarterback now allow the defense to respect the person behind center and create rooms for Alligator and Bijan Robinson? Now you start thinking, oh, wait a minute. This, and you can, like I said, you could say, Cousins hasn't, done anything in the playoffs, hasn't been consistently in the playoffs. But he knows how to get the ball to the skill player.
Yeah, he's a good option.
Justin Jefferson is getting 7 and 100 in first halves of games. Like, if Drake can get even a fraction of that, they're all of a sudden much better with the skill talent around them than with who they had at quarterback before. So it's like, maybe he doesn't win you a Super Bowl, but he definitely makes
that and also
much more functional. Yeah, you can open up the offensive play calling. You don't have to feel restricted in what you're able to call, because Cousins can make all the throws.
Restricted. Well, it's mostly quarterback play and offensive coordinating that's been a problem for Atlanta. But like,
I mean,
tight end sweeps to Jonnu Smith last year.
Yeah,
that's offensive play calling. No, like it's trying to, like, I think Atlanta is probably going to win. Is like
Pat Freiermuth sweeps are going to be amazing over Pittsburgh.
No, not Pat. No, not even that. Connor Hayward.
Oh, that'll be hilarious.
That'll be amazing.
It'll be a great time.
But I do think Kirk Cousins is making them a better team. It's just that, like, I just don't trust them. That's the thing. Like.
For me, a successful season for them, 9 or 8 or 10 and 7. Either one of those,
98 wins the division
because of what division they play in. First off, they could very easily sweep the Saints and the Panthers, and then maybe you split against the Bucks if you have a wild hair, and so that's 5 wins right there if that happens, and now you just have to win 5 of the rest of them. Like, I feel like a quarterback of Cousins, of Cousins ilk, he can get you a couple of games there,
and they have a top 3 games. That's the thing, like Pittsburgh, Philly, and Kansas City.
Yeah, I don't see them winning either of those. To be honest.
Like, Atlanta's facing the tough gauntlet in the first 3 games. They got New Orleans in week 4, Tampa in week 5, Carolina week 6.
Okay, that Tampa game, is that in Georgia, or is it
Georgia?
Okay. See, I think that's the game they win, right? I feel like that's the game they probably win there. get them back on track.
And they're going against Carolina and Seattle. Like, it's going to be a tough schedule either way. Like,
I mean, me personally, I just like there's always going to be like that team that was like just terrible the previous season, and all of a sudden it's like, oh hey, where did they come from? Like, and I feel like Atlanta could be that team.
I
don't.
I think it's the Raiders, but like, Atlanta could be that too.
I'd have felt a little bit better if. Whoa, hold on. Minshew went to the Raiders, right?
Yeah, Minshew.
Oh, it's 100% the Raiders. It's 100% the Raiders. I am a Minshew stan. Okay, that man is content. Anytime you see him, that man. I want him mic'd up at every game. He is hilarious.
He's even me, man. Like he seems like an angry guy.
If the Tiger King played football, I think it would be Gardner Minshew. I like he is, and for him to get that squad almost to the playoffs, like he was one bad back shoulder throw away from winning the division. Like I think he could do something.
It was just weird. That play was just weird. Like, why didn't you get Zach Moss at the receiving option? But like,
well, I mean, so obviously, and he'll tell you that like he could have thrown a better ball there.
Yeah,
the ball was behind him,
and
the momentum. Yeah, the momentum from where the running back was making that cut to the flat carried him too far over to where he couldn't get back to where the back shoulder throw was. And unfortunate, right? But I mean, Houston's a dog. Yeah, so I mean, I am all for Gardner Minshew. He's another guy that you really just want on your team, and
and he's
that
a perfect stopgap quarterback.
Exactly,
like the real
he's
guy.
a younger version of Fitzpatrick. Is he going to get you to playoffs? No. Can he win you enough games that if your starter goes down, the combination of your starters' wins and his wins can get you to the playoffs? Yeah. Absolutely. That can absolutely happen. And like I said, he was one bad back shoulder throw away from making some noise against Houston in that game and getting them into the playoffs. So I think
they won the division. That's the thing.
It was the winner. Yeah, exactly. So I remember that was on my wish list. Like I had a wish list of who I wanted on the Giants, and I was like, you know what? Our quarterback sucks, but Gardner Minshew's available. And if he can make, if anyone can make chicken salad out of the chicken S that's on the team right now, it's Gardner Minshew. His swag alone is worth 3 games. Like, they could very easily get the other 6 just on the basis of Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau coming off the edge.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand, man? This guy is hilarious. The guy,
the mustache is one.
He's got the confidence of an NFL Hall of Famer, bro. If you matched his confidence level, he would be all pro every year. Guarantee. Did he not make the Pro Bowl last year? Did he not make the Pro Bowl for the AFC last year? Stat kept me on that. I am almost positive he made the Pro Bowl last year and he didn't even make the playoffs.
Joe.
All right, so when we
wait till we get the NFL. Wait till we get our NFL predictions.
When we document this show for later, no more high-profile players in the home run derby. Full Black Lives Matter, and Gardner Minshew can be the face of a franchise. That is what we all learned today.
Exactly. That and MLB All-Star voting is complete horse water. Trey Turner played 46 games. That man get to start over C.J. Abrams.
Wow, that's wild. And I wouldn't even say Trey was really like that. He missed some time, didn't he? Miss like a while.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like there was a while where it was just like Harper and Schwarber. Carrying the offense.
Yeah, Harper and Schwarber are gonna be, and they're gonna be gone for at least a month, if I remember correctly. Like,
damn, and they're still winning. That's upsetting.
I'm appalled by I'm always appalled by fan voting. This is just terrible. Like I always say, like fan voting's bad
Well, like
because
they don't account for that, right? Like, so how much the starters are voted by that, right? And doesn't the
Mhm.
coaches vote on the rest of it, or does the fan then vote for a like whoever's
I
left after the initial vote?
I think it's mostly I think it's mostly a fan
It's mostly fan
fan
voting,
voting.
right?
Like
Which okay, so you have a league that all right. So think about this, right? We can all admit, as far as all of the major sports, MLB, NBA, NHL, NFL, this is the least entertaining, right? This is the
mhm,
one that is like fourth as far as the hierarchy as to the collective consciousness
mhm,
watching it,
yeah,
right? We
mhm,
call this the dead period in sports because NBA is over, NHL is over, and NFL hasn't started yet, right? This is what we call, and it's because
Fair.
MLB it plays 170 something games when you
62
include
baby,
the
162 baby.
62, but then when you get to the playoffs, it's like another 15. So like so much baseball, right? And it's a game that plays like golf in the sense that it's kind of hard to watch sometimes.
Mhm,
So obviously you want to keep the fans involved, right? So you give them a lot of power in all-star voting and voting on that so that they can feel connected to the game, connected to the players. You have your star athletes going out to the home run derby because what chicks dig the long ball, right?
yep,
Still do. They still do.
mhm, yep,
Um
Yep.
so so this is why you do those things. And I get it. I 100% get it. I don't love it, but I get it. You have to keep fan interest in the game. So that's why the Vladimir Guerrero Juniors, that's why the Pete Alonsos, that's why the Gunnar Hendersons, they're always going to go to the
the
big
home run
dance
derby.
and hit as many dingers as they can because they want the
Mhm,
fans involved and they want to grow the sport. I don't think,
mhm,
Yep.
hitting 100 home runs during the home run derby on a weekend in July, or it is July, right? It's happening soon.
We are
Um,
in July.
yeah,
2 weeks.
yeah. So
All right.
I don't think you grow the sport solely on that. I think they're all, trying to do things on the college baseball level,
Yeah.
on this level to help promote the game in a way where it makes it a little bit more interesting. The
Mhm,
pitch clock are getting the game slow much faster so that you're not there 3+ hours on a game. They have the extra innings rules where you're not there 4 or 5
oh
hours
god.
in the game. So I get it. All of these things to
Mhm,
help people want to watch the game, and I get all of that. But you're still fourth. If we're being honest, you're still fourth as far as the hierarchy of the major sports. We do still call this summer period between July and September as the doldrums of sports entertainment because we don't have anything but baseball to watch. Bless the Olympics for being here this year. At least we have that to
mhm,
go on during this period. But I just wish I could personally do something that makes baseball more interesting. Um, but I do love watching my Yankees. I do love watching when good pitching's happening, when a
mhm.
guy's just really going, like that Skeens game when he had like 9 strikeouts in 4
Yep,
innings, like he was cooking. I was like, oh, is this it? Is he
yep,
getting 20? Is he getting a perfect game? Like I
mhm,
love those games because there's something
yep,
like at stake, something that's gonna happen. But like as far as
mhm,
wins and losses, you play so many games, it's hard to care at this stage of the season
mhm,
when you still have 80 something games left to go. Like,
mhm.
and
Yeah.
that's and I say this for myself, but one thing that they say it a lot on, and I am a huge connoisseur of the show. This is why the Pat McAfee show doesn't talk baseball too much, is because he said, and I agree with them. There's 162 games in a season. It's hard to care about every single one of them, but at least
Mhm,
he's made the commitment to support his Pirates, to support Pittsburgh, and support Paul Skeens because he is one of the Hundo boys and he is throwing heat. And so at least he says, at least we as a crew need to commit to watching the remaining 20 starts from Paul Skeens. That is the least we can do so that we can
if
help
he
grow
makes
the
it to
sport.
20, that's the thing.
If he makes it to 20, if he doesn't get Tommy John between now and September, that's the hope. Knock on wood. We hope he makes it there, but it's just it's such a long season, man. And I get why like the casual baseball fans, like if they have rooting interests, they don't start watching baseball until August. It's like, okay, all right, playoffs are coming. What do I need to know? How many games we need to win? All right, I'll root for us for those games. Hope we get in and then see what happens in the World Series. But until then, God, it's a hard watch, guys. It's a tough watch.
Dude, a hard watch. Like I'm working all the home games.
Oh yeah.
Like most of the stand workers just wanted to go home after like the 5th or 6th inning.
And then it's so hot right now. Like these the
Dude,
like
hot outside.
July to now, baseball's got to feel miserable. It's got to be so hot outside.
And the game is over. The O's beat the Mariners 4-1, maybe.
Go Orioles! Go Orioles! Love to
but
see it.
But inside the stands, they are saunas, legit saunas. Like,
you know what must be the best places, like for the fans to go, are the ones that have those little pool setups. Or you know how San Fran has McCovey Cove out there, like those
McCovey Cove, baby.
Yeah, those must be like the best places to play because at least there's like a water situation, you know.
No,
like I don't know how much you have to pay to be in those places.
You're inside you're inside them. The places with the AC in them.
Oh yeah. So does I again not a huge connoisseur. I'm like one of those casuals that pokes their head in every now and again. Those dome stadiums, do they have like the AC cooking? Like is that like the regular practice? They try to make it as comfortable as possible.
I'm not in the dome. I'm not in the dome. That's the thing. I'm in Citi Field.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're in Citi Field, but I'm just saying, like, I was just speaking hypothetically, like for those dome teams, like, do they have like
probably.
Do they do that? Like, do they have an AC set up to where they're not just baking out there? Because I feel like, God, it must be such a miserable experience. Like,
I hope so.
Oh my God, guys! I just realized why no one goes to Tampa Bay games. It is 112 feels like degrees down here.
It's not near Tampa.
Who would want to go to a baseball game when it's 90 something degrees in a 1 o'clock game and it feels like 110? Like, that's our problem. That's why we can't get anybody to go to a baseball game.
It's not near Tampa. Like, you have to deal with the traffic going there. It's like, and the stadium's ugly.
That actually, in hindsight, now knowing that, piecing that together in my brain, I get why we don't go to baseball games now. It is so hot here.
Yeah.
I keep my AC at 76 just to make sure that my AC doesn't explode because it I really want to put it at 69. But if I put it at 69, 65 and let it cook all day, that thing will be done by August.
Yeah.
And the one thing you absolutely cannot happen in Florida is not to have AC, whether that's in your car or it's in your house. That is the one thing for absolute survival in the summer months that you must have in the state of Florida.
Yep.
Otherwise, we're like Germany or like the UK right now, which they're not prepared for that.
You're cooked.
Their climate, it's supposed to be a lot less hot than it is right now, and they're cooking out there because none of those flats have ACs. Like none of those places have it because they're not supposed to be as hot as they are right now. So none of those buildings have it. They're not prepared for that.
Yeah, crazy.
I do love sports. I know it doesn't seem that way.
You love
especially
sports.
with baseball in particular, but I do. I am very passionate about my sports.
But yeah, like once it's September.
Oh, go ahead, Jordan.
Yep, the power of friendship, and once like we got through July and August, it's gonna be football. We're probably gonna make a sports. We're probably gonna make an NFL prediction show if you want to, Gabe.
I would love that so much. Please, weekends or Friday night going into the weekends.
Mm-hmm. Oh
or just make it nights in general, so I can make
or
it.
What do we think? What do we think? Like, go division by division. Go
probably division. Probably
team
by
team.
Probably division. Probably like I want to. Like we could do an entire. We could do an entire show via like via conference. But
well, here's an idea. So if it, and this is just hypothetically speaking, if you want to go like conference by conference, you could do kind of like a lead in to like the season. So if you want to do it like preseason, you could maybe pick a couple of weekends and do like a couple of divisions each weekend leading into the preseason. Or you could do something that leads up into the direct season. So like something that week of the week of like that first week of the season leading up to that Thursday game, you could do something that similar to that, just every day leading up to that first game. That's another way you could do it.
Yeah.
But I'd be down for that.
Same.
That would be really cool.
Yep.
Well, yeah, we'll have to brush up on our swag factor of all these players so that we know how many wins they're gonna get. Yeah.
High swag for Minshew.
Yep.
High swag.
Get that swag, baby.
Double digits right there. Oh, take the over 9.5. Ladies and gentlemen, I only say ladies because Brady had to leave us. So full disclosure, in case you're listening, Brady, still I don't see you on. Supposedly he actually was blocked, and it could have been a phone setting thing. So I might have been a little harsh on him. I don't think I was, but I'm going to give him like a 5% benefit of the doubt. 5% chance. But either way, I think we're out of here, boys. I'm out of here. I'm donezo. I'm cooked like those non-AC meats after being out. But either way,
roast beef, baby.
Happy 4th, everyone.
Happy 4th of July. Be safe. Don't blow yourselves up. Don't be JPP. I love you, JPP. I love you, man. That was silly of you.
The Claw Jr.
The Legend of Claw.
The Claw Jr.
I
mean, honestly, we should probably let him have the name over Kawhi because his is actually
exactly.
Yeah, we'll go over the top 5 best 4th of July names for tomorrow.